Okay, are we ready for
Yes.
the review of Tom and Jerry?
You need to stop. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Mediocre Merry-thon. This is a 12-day Christmas marathon. We're doing 4 cartoons. Today we're talking about Tom and Jerry, a Nutcracker tale. So let's just get started. Jerry's wish comes true, and he and all the toys turn into like ballerinas or some shit. When Tom and crew take over the theater, where Jerry is, now Jerry and friends have to find a way to take back the theater before it's too late. This movie is really solid, but I gotta be honest, I don't really like stories that we have to get from one point to another point to save the day and nothing else really happens. But at the same time, I will admit that even though this movie is pretty simple, it's a really fun watch either way. And I would recommend this to someone looking for just a fun time because I think it's a really solid and fun time. I appreciate how there's not much dialogue in this movie and how the music from the original Nutcracker ballet music is used in the story and is used to tell the story instead. The music is actually a pretty effective storytelling element, and I think the creators of this movie did a good job adapting the music into the movie format. I think that the visuals work well in tandem with the music a lot, and I think the best example of this is when Jerry acts like a snake tamer in order to get out of that fiery cave safely. Not only that, but the sound effects in the movie match the music.
Okay, I was gonna ask you if there was a specific scene where you thought like the animation best matched the music, and I'm so glad that you said that it was the cave part because the dragon cave part was also my favorite scene, just because like you said, I think it did a great job creating an atmosphere and the scenes fit very well with the song. And I also think that just visually, like, color palette wise, it was so different from the other scenes that we got because the other scenes were very much like, light blue, Christmassy. And then this one was just, it was red and fiery. And I thought that it was like a great way to just sort of like break up what we've been seeing so far.
Yeah, it was a nice change of pace, and I think it is the best scene in this movie. I just feel like with the music and with the sound design and everything, and with the visuals, it really fits well, and it was really cool to look at. I really like how they used the idea of this movie taking place in a theater, by making it so that each world is just a different set. That was a really smart idea. The backgrounds are really beautiful, and that's it.
Okay, I understand the reason for having the cat song in the beginning to sort of establish like what the cat's like deals about. I hated it. I feel like it didn't really fit in with the rest of the music, and it just, I don't know, just sort of felt stupid.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't fit with the rest of the music. I didn't mind it that much though.
I think it was just because it was a spontaneous musical number, and I did not remember that from my childhood, and I just didn't like it. Okay, so I do remember the Gray Mouse. I don't remember the Gray Mouse being French, and it upsets me that they made him that way. Okay, so I find it really offensive that they made the assistant to the bad guy the gay one, when we all know that if you're gonna have an evil gay person, they have to be the evilest. Warner, take some notes from Disney.
The Hays
Yeah.
Code at its finest. You gotta follow the rules, y'all. Like, if you're gonna make a villain, do it right.
Yes, jeez, guys. Okay, could you imagine if Jerry just drowned to death in that one scene where he was like his leg was caught up in a vine or something? Like, cause they showed a scene where he was just like motionless, like hanging there, and I was like, oh shit. Imagine.
Also, the ways the toys who were there reacted, I feel like they weren't reacting hard enough, to be honest. Well,
Well,
that mouse was dying.
one of them established that he couldn't go underwater, and I don't think the other one could swim.
No, but I mean, like, they should. I feel like they should have been, like, at least, like, looking sadder, you know? Like, emotion wise, I feel like they weren't reacting.
This is true. This is true. Yeah, they weren't putting their whole pussy into it. It's not even on screen for that long, but the image of Tom after he went through the wood chipper, I do believe would fall into the category of sleep paralysis demon. So Jerry blew up balloons that they then used to float into the sky. Jerry is canonically filled with helium?
Also, I didn't know Jerry had that lung capacity. Jeez.
I know. Oh, yet he almost fucking drowned to death. Okay. Also, I have to point this out. Tom's flying suit was obviously a bat suit, and I absolutely loved it. Like it was gray with like black gloves and boots, and they even had like little bat wings, and like the belt was yellow. I just loved that little scene. Okay, the last fight, when I saw the pony swinging the hammer, there was something so hilariously ridiculous about it. Like This little My Little Pony is about to commit assault with a deadly weapon, and I loved it. Oh yeah, and then she died, which I thought was also a little funny.
So sad.
But she was resurrected, so Jesus?
Toy Jesus?
She did kind of like, die for their sins. Guys, consider it. Okay, is this a must-watch Christmas film? I would say yes. It's fun, it's engaging, it's an easy watch, which are all three things I look for in a Christmas special. I also have just a lot of nostalgia for this film, and I can confirm that I did almost cry when it ended. Not because it's an emotional film, but just because I'm so nostalgic for it. Marco, what about you?
This is also a must watch for me. I think it's a really just good film. I feel like it's fun, even though like I do have issues with it, like plot wise. It isn't that big of a deal overall. And I just think this is a really beautifully animated, well crafted film, and I strongly recommend it.
Did you watch this as a kid?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, you guys, that's the end of today's episode for the Christmas Marathon. If you want to send us a voice message on Spotify for podcasters, there'll be a link in the description to do so below. We also have social media all in the description that you can go follow. Please do. And that's everything. So goodbye.